All right, Shalom. This is Shalamah from the Great Millstone, Atlanta Camp. Before I get started in this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Hakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that teach and rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect. All right. I'm going to go into be careful of what you teach. And these are, of course, men outside of Great Millstone, because Great Millstone, through the faith and through the Spirit, I do believe and trust in my camp, and we have the 100% truth. Okay, and no one has proven us wrong. All right. As a matter of fact, it's only been more and more signs that we are teaching the right thing. All right, and that's why I cleave to my camp. That's why I cleave to the doctrine, and not only me but other men. Okay, so a lot of people come into this truth. They find out they're Israelite. It may be through another group, and then the Spirit just leads you to Great Millstone. Another thing, once you start studying Israelite videos, the internet is going to show you IUIC, all these other groups, and then you're not going to even hear about Great Millstone. All right, as a matter of fact, that's what happened to me when I first started studying Israelite doctrine. I couldn't get the name right. Everything was just off. I just kept asking, the Lord for the truth, and he brought me before a Great Millstone. So all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. That I was led to this. This it's really no words to describe this camp. Okay. First of all, it's a group of beautiful brothers. The doctrine, everything is on point. And if I go off, I get corrected. And if something I don't know, there's someone that know. All right, I have elders I can ask questions to. All right, it's just set up perfectly. And like I said, it's undefeated. I'm not saying that we the most perfect, best men on the planet. No one is perfect. But this truth and what we teach is 100% true. All right. Okay, so what made me want to come across this, because first of all, you had a guy come to our camp on this past Saturday, and he just wanted to talk the whole time and try and teach us, and he didn't know what he was talking about. He just wanted to keep running his mouth. And the day before that, I was on TikTok. All right. I do listen to a lot of Israelite groups on TikTok, but you know how the algorithm will send you also Christians or other groups that's against what we teach. Okay, so I ran into this one guy. I don't know. I forgot his name. I didn't really, put too much energy into him, because he was a Christian that goes against Israelite doctrine. And his main thing was that everybody is going to be saved. And that really, if you think about it, makes no sense. All right, so think about a forest fire that was started by 10 people, and 20 people are it's a group of 30. 10 people started the forest fire, and you have 10 people that that just don't care, that escape, and you have 10 that are actually the fire is actually it's hurting them. It's they're in the midst of the fire. They're trying to get out. Okay, that's how I look at this truth. You have some that are just deceiving. You have some that don't care, and you have some that's fighting against the deceivers that actually has the truth. Okay, so the ones that are in the fire are the ones that need to be saved. The ones that started the fire, they don't need to be saved from anything. And the ones that just don't care, they just on the outside looking in. Okay, so are the firefighters going to come and save all 30 people when there's really 10 that need to be saved? No, they're just going to save those 10. You got 10 people that need help, burn wounds and all of that. Why are you going to try and heal and tend to all 30? So no, everybody is not going to be saved. Only Israel is going to be saved because we're the only ones being burned by this fire. And then some of Israel are on the outside looking in. That the fire's not even affected. They just don't even care. All right. So, Christianity is a bunch of nonsense. And I can say that because the scriptures back up what I say. And that's what I'm going into. You have to teach what you know. If you don't know, you don't teach it. And if somebody cut you, you just go babbling and on a rant that don't make sense, and it make you look even more dumb. Not only that, if you have people that's following you, you're leading them the wrong way. So Salakia for this, for talking too much. I'm 7 minutes into this video, and I do want to pull scriptures out, and I'm gonna try and get them pretty quick. I have a few of them that I want to go through because the scripture says you have to prove everything, prove all things. Let's start with 2 Timothy. And I'm going to start with verse 3. Salakis, chapter 3 and verse 13. It says, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. And that's what's going on in these last days. You have these men and women that's just, they're evildoers. It says evil men. They have a lot of blood on their hands because they're teaching the wrong things. It ain't no Christians out there teaching you not to take the mark of the beast. They're not breaking down exactly what it is. Now, it's some out there that actually do. But those are probably teaching you that everybody can be saved. And that is a lie, because everybody can't be saved. You have to be an Israelite to be saved. Okay, we're going to keep it moving. Let's jump back to 2 Timothy chapter 2. Let's go down to verse 15. It says, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly divided the word of the truth. But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness. All right. So it's just people out there just running their mouth and don't even understand what they're saying. You ask them to break down something, they're gonna go all around it. They're just gonna dance around it. Go to another subject. So what about this? What about that? You prove them wrong on one thing. Okay, so what about this? They'll jump to something else. That's a scoffer. All right. Let's go to Titus chapter 1 and verse 10. It says, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially day of the circumcision, And the worst niggas you can run into in this truth are ones that know that they Israelites. Just like this guy that came to the camp Saturday. He knew he was an Israelite, but he didn't believe in the New Testament. And he didn't believe in the 12 tribes. He thought that if you was an African, you was an Israelite. And that is completely off. Like, where are you getting this from? Who told you this? It didn't come from the scriptures. You found out you was an Israelite and you decided to go and do your own thing. All right, you're not even looking for an elder to teach you. You have to have an elder to teach you. And if that elder is going off, you're going to understand if the spirit is dealing with you. All right, verse 11 says, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake. All right, and a lot of these people are actually getting paid, just like this guy was bragging about how many followers he got and how many views. You know, you get money from YouTube for, you know, if you have a lot of followers and stuff, and you get a lot of views, and they pay you based off of them sending commercials on your videos and how many people watch those commercials. And then you have the churches. We're not even gonna go into that. We're not even gonna go into that. All right, a lot of people still trying to teach Christianity for just to get paid in the church. A lot of people woke up to that. Folks not even going to church anymore. They can't afford to. Okay. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 21. It says, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. It says, prove all things. You can't teach something if you can't prove it in scripture. All right. You have to prove it in scripture. Line upon line, precept upon precept. Here a little and there a little. You got to jump back to the Old Testament, to the New Testament, to the Apocrypha. Look into history books, science, whatever you got to do to prove your truth. And no one is doing it. It's only a small amount of people that's doing it right now. And that small amount of people is going to have a great multitude following them soon. Because all of these things that are being taught is not going to make sense. But the men of Great Millstone can back up what they're saying. And also those that are teaching the same doctrine. I'm not just going to get a credit to the men of Great Millstone. You have other camps that's teaching the same thing. You know, but for the most part, a lot of these real big camps are going completely off. And there's blood on their hands. You have to be careful of what you say, because that could mean fire for you and your whole congregation. Let's go to Revelations, because that's as a matter of fact, let's get it now. Revelations chapter 21 and verse 8. It says, but the fearful and the unbelieving, all right, because you have to believe in Yahushua. You have to believe in the scriptures. You have to believe in the apostles. You have to believe in all the doctrine, Old Testament, New Testament, Apocrypha. You have to believe in these things and actually know that they're true and faithful. And if you do otherwise, too bad for you. The Lord is not dealing with you. And the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars, if you line on the word of the Most High. How you gonna believe that you're an Israelite and don't believe in the New Testament, where it tells you the main test that you're gonna have to face is the CHIP, the mark of the beast. That's gonna be the biggest test, and you people are gonna take it because you don't know, and you're gonna teach others it's okay to take it. And the Lord is going to require not only the blood of them that did wrong, but it's going to be a greater blood requirement of those that taught those to do wrong. I hope that made sense. Let me reword that. If you teaching others to do the incorrect according to the scriptures, you're going to receive a bigger judgment than them. A more harsh judgment than them. A more terrible judgment. Some may die by the famine in these last days going into Jacob's trouble. Some may die by a plague. Some may die by the sword. And some may die by nuclear destruction. You may have all four of those things. You may be a disease, dying of thirst and a food, with a gunshot wound that paralyzed you. You got different bugs eating at you, beasts eating at you, and the Lord keeping you alive. And right at the end, you're gonna get hit with a missile. A lot of you people that's teaching the wrong thing are going to go out like that. And that's terrible. Beware of what you teach. Don't even believe me. Don't even believe what the men of Great Millstone is teaching. Do your own research, and I guarantee you the Lord is going to lead you to us. And then the hard part about that is staying with the truth, because you got men that receive this truth and then drop out and do their own thing. It was never meant for them. It says, and all liars shall have their place in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death, which is going to be caused by nuclear destruction. All right. Let's go to Revelations 22 and go down to verse 19. It says, and if any man shall take away from the words of this book, of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. All right, because everybody's not going to be, when the kingdom is established, the kingdom of heaven, you're going to have men that's going to be great men. Lord's willing, I'm part of that number. And you're going to have men that's going to be real low. Real low. You're going to be right. You're going to be down there with the heathens. Of course, you're going to be an Israelite. You're going to have everlasting life. But that everlasting life could be everlasting content. As a matter of fact, let's get that in Daniel. This is going to be the last scripture, and I'm going to end it. Daniel chapter 12 and verse 3. Slakia, verse 2. It says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame, and some in everlasting contempt. All right, so you don't want to be low with everlasting life. You want to be one of the Lord's favorite over the most favorite over his favorite. His favorite people are the Israelites. But you want to be that Israelite that was actually teaching the right thing. Not something that you just brought up in your, that you just thought of in your head. It was when the Spirit of the Lord was a demon dealing with you at the time. And then you teaching other people to do so. Don't get caught up in that. All right. So I pray that this is edifying. Once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rekak Dash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that teach and rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, who are you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and also you Israelite foreigners that like the other nations that's joined to us. To you all, I say Shalom.